Okay. Hello, everyone. Let's start. Okay. Welcome. Let's just start this. See if my opponent is still there. Yes, he's here. Excellent. So let's see if we can produce some games of some quality today. Let's see. This I learned from Alpha Zero, actually, that in these kind of positions, it's very useful for white not to have played d4 yet, because you will put the pawn on d3, and then you will make use of the dark squared bishop on the long diagonal, which is can be quite annoying for black. Now I'm a bit confused, because should I play b5? Maybe I should just have played b3 instead of b4, not to give him black a hook. c5, now he wants d4, but I think it's okay. And in general, I want to keep my option of long castling here. I'm not sure how much sense it makes, but it looks quite interesting. Point being that after this a5, b5, c5 structure, then the position is entirely blocked on the queen side, which should make long castle safe, I hope. So I will try to. I want to try to castle long here. I mean, as long as I don't get kicked away from c4, I should be doing quite well here. Like, of course, I would like to get my g-pawn going, or also harry the h-pawn to play h4, knight g5 in some order makes a lot of sense here. Just in general, trying to aim all my pieces against the king. So queen c7, I think now knight g5. Now I think, if I see this correctly, that I might have a threat of knight d5, opening up for my bishop on b2 to take on f6. The point always being that in the end there should be mate on h7 by queen takes h7. Knight bd7 is a good move, protecting against overprotecting the knight on f6. So here I should do it a bit slower, I guess. I like to play f4, just to have some sort of control in the center. Of course, I would be delighted if he captures on g2 to open my g5. e5 is, the first impression is that it's quite a risky move, because you open up for my pieces. But how to make use of it? Knight d5 is a move which is quite interesting, just winning the bishop. But okay, I think I will do it. Of course, it cannot be taken with the knight. So he has to take probably with the bishop or move the queen, but moving the queen feels very, very risky. So probably bishop takes d5, I take back with the bishop. And next move, I might just drop it back again. And basically all my, like my two bishop, my knight on g5 and queen on c2, they're all directed against the black king, which should be giving me a very, very dangerous attack, I think. And if he moves the queen, I think I will take the knight on f6. And then he's a bit overloaded on e5. So overall, I think this... yeah, now rook c8 is a good move. He wants to play c4, but I think I'm in time to stop. Okay, e takes f4 is critical, but is it a bit much? I mean, it looks very, very risky to me. Let's say I play rook f1. I want to take with the rook on f4, of course, not the pawn. And here my idea was to play... Do I have anything better, or I should just play h4? I think he can basically never take on g5, opening up the h file. It will be way, way too dangerous. I get the question. What do I think about Alireza? I mean, first of all, the match today was incredibly exciting, of course. And I do think stylistically it was quite interesting, because, I mean, it's fairly clear that when Magnus gets his sort of very stable positional positions, like he got with white in both of the games, like some pretty fixed pawn structure, some clear plans, some clear ideas. then he's much stronger than Alireza for sure, much stronger. But when you get this sort of chaos as they had in the second game, then Alireza is so incredibly resourceful that I mean, it's hard to consider anyone else favorite in such positions. Okay, so my opponent just missed the pin on the G6 square, but I think in general the position was collapsing anyway. Let's see now. Let's try to play against Ruben Salimo with black. If he's there. Let's try to play. I'd like to play some form of Hedgehog, of course. I mean, on the show today, they were discussing which is the best animal as a chess opening, and in my opinion, it's by far the Hedgehog. I know some of my friends would claim it's the Dragon, but in my opinion, it's definitely the Hedgehog. It's so flexible and so nice, especially in Blitz. It's like incomparable to other animal openings. Let's see. So bishop g5. I mean, this is always a bit puzzling here. Like when is this bishop takes f6 a threat? When is it not? I think if you want to play bishop g5 and take on f6 with white, you should definitely study the games of Ulf Andersson. He's the champion of this line for white. It also tells something about the line, that it's incredibly safe and somewhat boring. So let's see. He wants to take an f6 and d7, but it's knight c5, b4. Does it work? Knight e4. Sometimes you can also just give this pawn on d7. Let me try to play knight c5. If b4, I can play knight e4, but I might also be able to throw in h6. I mean, basically what I'm trying to do here is that I want to win this dark squared bishop without putting my pawn on d6, so that I have some more stability on the light squares in the center. But I'm not sure that it works, unfortunately. So let's see. Knight e5 is also pretty normal, but generally less scary, I thought, or I hoped. So now if h6, he takes. I mean, I could also at some moment play queen c7 just to get out of the problems. But h6 takes b4, d6, very sharp. Let's try. Yeah. I mean, it's always the question. If nothing happens and we just trade some pieces, then his pressure against the d file is stronger than my counter pressure on the c file. But quite often it's not so easy for white to stabilize. So d6, knight c6. It's not what I want. Maybe I can play. What do I want to play? I need to counter b4 with d6, I think. So rook c8. Let's see. b4. Critical move for sure. Okay, b3 is a bit slow. Now I think I'm doing fine. I was a bit worried there after other moves. Let's see. So, okay, a6 you always need at some point just to avoid knight b5. Now I have a perfect hedgehog, but I'm somewhat low on time. So how do you do this? Here you need to break with d5 or b5. So I'm going for the b5 break now with the queen on b7. Probably should throw rook fd8 just in the mix there somehow. So am I ready for b5 or should I prepare it one more move? I think I'm ready next move. I will play b5 just to break free. So b5. If he takes on c5, I think I'm always better. Basically, I'm now getting the sort of positional idea of the hedgehog in general, that you break from the side and then you get more pawns in the center, and positionally you're doing very well because of superior control in the center. Now the question is always, is it b4 is good or bad? Necessary. Let's see, b4. Knight a4 I think is a bit dubious, positionally speaking. I take it, I play knight d5. So now I'm trying to make use of the square on c3. And bishop d4, e5. If I see correctly, he's trapped. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think so. And if he has to go bishop e3, then that's terrible. Takes. Yeah. Let's see. Now there's a big question. Do I try to grab a pawn with knight c3? Or do I take his bishop and play for the attack? I think I'm going for the slightly more boring approach to just grab the pawn and get on with life. Now I'm getting a bit low on time. Now it's time for some tricks. e2 is hanging. Let's see. Yes, let me see. If I take on e2, rook takes, his knight is hanging on f3. This was my hope. Now his bishop is trapped, so now it should be winning. Okay, overall, not such a bad game, I think. Maybe somewhat slow, but overall, it's sort of how you're supposed to play the Hedgehog in general terms. So let's see. Let's play against BlunderPanda. e4. Yeah, by the way, I'm just accepting challenges completely randomly. Knight c3, g6. Here I know it's possible to play d4 and take with the queen. It's a bit of a strange line, but quite interesting. If I now the choice is if to go e5 or bishop b5. e5, bishop b5 is pretty. Like a6, e5 is the idea, but it's, to be honest, I'm not sure that it works at all. Bishop g7, though, I'm a bit skeptical of because of e5. Like knight h5 now, g4, I think I'm picking up a piece, if I see correctly. So knight g8, but it looks to me pretty risky to underdevelop in such a way. I'm sure it can be played in many different ways, but long castle looks very logical to me. I will just want to play long castle next. So a6, bishop c4 or bishop a4? Bishop c4 probably. I have no idea. Bishop e2 is also a move. Bishop e2 looks very, very logical. Knight c6, queen e3 was the idea. If knight, now I stop knight h6, so he cannot really develop, I hope. Yeah. Queen a5, knight f3. Queen a5 is interesting because I'm forced to play knight f3. I don't think it matters much. I mean, if he could in one go develop his knight, then he would be doing fine, but it's one move too slow, I think. So long castle or short castle? Normally shouldn't really be an option. It shouldn't really be a real question. Like if you have the option of long castle, you should just do it. So let's go g4 to stop knight f5. If he castle short, I'm expecting some mate to appear. b5, king b1. I want to free up the knight on c3 so that I can play knight e4, knight d6. So let's see. If knight d5, I want to sacrifice the exchange. For sure. I think it's very nice for white with the knight coming to d6. Yeah. And other games today of interest, like Giri was not having, he's so far not having the best tournament of his life. Like, of course, Naka is very strong, but yeah, he's not. He cannot be too happy with himself, I think, so far. Especially this first loss looked a bit passive. It looked like someone who is not really in shape. So let's see, what is this now? I can play rook d1. It looks very normal. Okay, I mean, such a sacrifice on d5 is just okay. I take and then I see what happens. I mean, I'm not really calculating anything. I'm just thinking that my knight is stronger than his rook, or rather, his knight was stronger than my rook. So I just need to take it, and then we will see what happens. But I do believe that my compensation is pretty overwhelming here. It's just about how to break through. Yeah, d4, I was actually hoping a bit for d4 for the last few moves, because I have this move queen b3, which is easy to miss. The point that I attack f7, which now I think is really over. Like knight d8, I can anyway take on f7, so yeah. I think already from the moment where black had to go back with knight g8, it has been a downhill battle. Yeah, knight takes f7, attacking the rook as well. Let's see. Yeah, knight e6 is probably the best try, but I think this is the easiest way. Just opening up his king and winning some pawns in the process. Let's see, how should I play? Queen g3, bishop h6, maybe bishop h6 is the... Yeah, flag, but okay. It's pretty good. Let's see. Next game. Okay, let's make a rematch from last Banter session. I was also playing against Lasso in a game that I finally lost. So let's see if I can make... He was the only one to beat me last time. So yeah, thanks for the game, BlunderPanda. It's a nice game. Let's see if I can do better this time. Last time I played Sicilian. Now, I've learned from this computer chess championship that knight c6 is maybe not so bad. It was played in a few games where black held. Knight c3 is a bit annoying. Okay, let's try to play French. Now we get some knight c6 French, which is not the greatest, but I know Lasso well, and he plays always Tarash. So let's see if he tries to mix it up, or if he goes into French now with d4. I'm actually more than 100 points lower rated, so let's see, what is this? Yeah, how do they do it? Bishop b4, e5. I think f6 is what you're supposed to do. This, let's see, what is this? Knight f6, I guess. Knight e4. This is actually a very common position in Bughouse, a very theoretical position, one of the absolute main lines, where you also castle. But I thought in normal chess, it's like it's the attacks should be less dangerous than in Bug. It feels a bit weird to be playing Bughouse theory in a normal Blitz game. So what should I do here? I want to drop my bishop back, but does he want to play knight g5 maybe? Maybe I need to play h6 to stop knight g5. Can I take him? No, I cannot. h6 is... yeah, there's a lot of Bughouse theory. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Bughouse. So of course, I've studied some theory as well, but it makes a big difference with people with pieces and pawns coming in. Let's see. So h6, I mean, the normal thing here would be to move the knight to free up for queen g4. But if he does that, then the pawn on d4 is falling. So I think he should do something a bit slower. I mean, it looks very strange, but even a move like bishop b5 is interesting. The idea would be to protect d4, but also to stop my bishop from coming back. This was a bit... Yeah, now it's messy. I think I need to keep my bishop. It's too dangerous to take on d4. c4 makes a lot of sense. So bishop e7, because I think c5 was a threat, trapping my bishop. Let's see. Here I thought I could play knight a5, but maybe it's too passive. Can I play knight or take on c4 first and then knight? Yeah, I take on c4 first. My dream would be to give back a pawn to develop my bishop to c6. That's like my my overall dream. Let's see. To be honest, the Sicilian I played in the last game looked much more harmonious to me, but this might be a better strategy against such a fierce attacker as Lasso. And of course, just after I said that, he decides to sacrifice an exchange. So c6, he wants to play just bishop d3, give up the rook. Yeah, no, it cannot really be serious. I'll just grab it and grovel in defense. My point is that at some point I can probably castle long if needs be. Okay, here probably I can also... Can I castle short? What I want to do is to play c5. Take some b7, queen b5, queen this... No, it's... I mean, in general, when you're so much material up, you should give back some of it to break 3. That is my idea of playing c5. Let's see now. Does he want something at all? Can I play it like queen d5? Let me see. Or queen c6 maybe. Just a6. Now I can later castle. Queen c6. If d5, I take it. I think it's nothing. He takes on c5. I think b takes is okay. You just need to trade one more piece, then I'm completely safe. Now what to do? Maybe rook d4 is fun to go rook g4. Here I was hoping that I could take on f3, but maybe I cannot. What about bishop g5? What is this? Take on c, take on f3. My time is running a bit low. Checkmate. So now it's 1-1 in this Banter Blitz against Lasso. That's something. Let's see, what was I supposed to play? It's a lot of challenges. I'm happy that people want to play me, actually. Let's see. Let me play against Kenny. French player. Haven't played, I think, any games in France since I was in Capella Grande as a kid. So it's always nice to play some French guys, of course. Yeah. Against these London guys, I always like to attack as soon as possible. So here you can attack already on move 3, which I quite like. Queen b6. Problem is after knight c3, it's very doubtful whether you can take on b2 or not. I have to admit that I probably would not have taken. But now I think I'm okay. This b3 is not really like very harmonious in conjunction with bishop f4. Let's see now. So let's see, bishop g4. So now I cannot take on f3 and d4. Why not? Let me try. As said, I'm greedy. Okay, he still cannot move his bishop, so I guess I should just play one more move before taking on f3. Yeah, he still cannot move. But now knight c4 is an issue. So maybe d. Oof. Maybe it was too greedy to take this pawn. I'm beginning to doubt myself somewhat. c4, c3 I think is a bit slow. Like when you're a pawn down, you need to do something a bit more active. Shot castle. Let's see. Yeah, now it's more or less just a pawn up, I think. Let's just bring some stuff to the board. Knight e5. I want to trade something, but where? I can play knight e4, but then he takes and plays knight d7. Yes. Not so sure. Maybe it's still. Maybe that is very decent for me. Why? What should I do? Queen a5 is another move. Rook f8 first and queen a5 next, perhaps. Just to attack some pawns. Bishop d4, I don't think I can take an a2. I will be trapped by rook a1, but I don't think I have to either. So bishop c5 probably. No, bishop c5 b4 is also not possible. Yeah. Actually, this queen a6, queen a5 was a pretty bad move. I should probably try to get it back to some sensible square. No, but now if bishop takes a7, yeah, he's trapped. So what to do? Yeah, queen d3. Now I will trade. Now it's a clear pawn at least. Let's see, knight e4 is probably useful next. So, c4. I guess f6. Now e5 next. I hope. If my knight is not a bit loose. Knight f3, e5. I think is possible. Now I should just sort of try to disturb him a bit. Maybe with knight c. Can I play knight c5 actually? Should I play bishop b4 first? What should I do? Knight c5. Bishop c5 is another move. I don't like it. Knight c5 I'll play. Somehow I managed to lose a bit of the control I had. Now c takes d5 and I'm not winning back the pawn immediately. But yeah, okay, now it's it should be close to over because now I'm getting a dominating position. I can't really play rook d2 because of e4, e3. If he moves the bishop, I just bring my king, I think. It's an ending, so then you should always bring your king. Knight h4, g6. G5 maybe, a5, what should I? Where should I actually decide? Take, rook d1, rook a1. Now I take the rook. Now only time is an issue, but it shouldn't be such a big issue. Yeah. Okay, this will become some sort of flag fight, but I have too many pieces. Okay. So, thanks for the game. Thank you very much. Let's try play, how do you pronounce it? Cthulhu. Cthulhu. So let's try to play some. Here the question is Stresnikov or classical Sicilian, but I'm always going for classical. Bishop c4. Wow. I haven't seen it in a long time. Queen b6. Now knight takes c6 I think is a bit underestimated. But knight b3 and knight b5 are the most common moves. And knight e2 also. Many moves. Knight b3 is the most normal. Here, let's see. But how do you pronounce this actually, this Cthulhu? Because I cannot imagine I'm doing it right. Let's see now. I mean, we are approaching a Scheveningen structure, another word I can't pronounce. But the opening, at least, I can play, I think, with some decency. So a4, b4. Some tricks. Better maybe to move my queen. No, better to provoke some unsound tricks. Now, time to move the queen. Bishop b7, I guess. Bishop b7 this is scary. I should play knight b4 at some moment to eliminate the potential attacker on d3. I will do it next, if I'm allowed. Yeah, let's see. f5. It wouldn't be the first time in my life that I'm quoting Pologevsky, and he said, and I'm saying that he said that with a knight on e5 in the Sicilian, I cannot lose. Problem is that I've been mated more than once with a knight on e5. So it's not quite true, but here I think he is right. Here this knight is a monster on e5, so I'm really comfortable. Let's see. Actually, that's quite smart because now he trades before I'm getting there. Bishop d8 maybe. Let's see. Let's see. So I want to play knight e5, so I think he should take on c6 to avoid it. He doesn't, however, so after b4 he goes knight a2. Yeah, but the pawn on e4 will be hanging, I think. If he goes knight a2, I play knight e5 and e4 is hanging, so yeah. Next maybe d5 or knight fg4 to sort of increase the pressure on the... This is the eternal, let's see, knight fg4. I cannot take back on f8 with the rook. Yikes. Queen e7. Now knight c4, I will try to fish for some attack. Some queen h4 and then try to bring the knight maybe. Here is another question. Can I play bishop b6? Maybe I should play this sneakier move, bishop c7. This a-pawn is hanging on a6, but no one in his right mind would try to take it, I think. Let's see. A gf, knight e5. What is this? I'm just losing a pawn on a6? Yeah, but okay. What kind of pawn is that? Now, f4 is definitely not what you're supposed to do. I think bishop takes a6 was more or less a pawn up. Now, I will just break this long diagonal open and I will deliver mate. But how do I do it? Is it possible to do it at all? Or is it just me dreaming? Knight f5, this one I take. Yeah. But bishop takes a6 was not bad at all. I think it was just a pawn up for white. Let's see. Let's play against GooseMax. He was asking before. See if he's there. Let's give him some time. On d4, let's attack. How do I attack as fast as possible? I think c5. See. So last time I played queen b6, but it wasn't entirely the same position. Now I play knight c6. Yes, thanks for the game, Cthulhu, or however you want to pronounce. CD, bishop f5. Knight b5 is not possible, I think, because of rook c8. So now, as Lawrence Trent so nicely pointed out during the broadcast today, the knight on c3 is somewhat strangely placed because it blocks the c pawn, in which he was completely right, I think. So here I'm happy with my position. Unfortunately, the chess is not always as simple as that. So let's see now. Here I think I will play bishop g4. Now he would really like to play c3, but this knight is... should I take or should I play bishop h5? I think bishop h5. Because it was just hanging on d4. I thought the typical shot queen g4 was there, but it did not work. Okay. Let's see. Bishop g6. I think h5 is a very useful next move. He wants to castle long. But I think I also want him to castle long. Let's see if he wants to castle long if I start hinting at an attack. Knight h4, b5. This is basically why I'm not castling short too early, because h5 will open. f4, wow, that was... now I want bishop e... Can I play bishop e4? f5 is not yet a threat, but h5 is also very interesting. I think I'll play bishop e4. Yeah, now this bishop on e4, it's very useful to have on solidified in the center. So the problem for white here is that, okay, you can castle long, but yeah, it's not very appetizing, because I will play b4 and open up the king queen side. But you cannot also stay in the center, and on the king side you're immediately mated. So Jan is asking, what is this thing behind me? It's actually a relevant question. It's an old sort of poster, or how you say, which I used in the classrooms earlier, before they had better technology to show like what goes on in the body when you one is the nervous system, the senses, and the other is the food. What is going on? To be honest, I'm not deliberately sounding vague. I just really don't know how these things work. So so yeah, no, it was actually used in Swedish schools back in the day. Let's see. In general, me and my girlfriend's sort of sense of art is a bit unorthodox, possibly. Well, you can judge for yourself. Okay, let's see. How do I deliver a mate here? Like b4 immediately? Knight a4, is it a problem? No, then I have rook takes c2. b4, knight takes a4. Okay, let's just go the slow way. Which one should I take? I think I will take with pawn d to be able to play knight d5. Now I have knight e3 if it trades queens, but I also have rook c6, I think. And the queen is running out of squares. Okay, so let's see. Let's see here. Okay, e4. Destroza Tormentas. Thanks for the game. Thank you very much. This Italian or people are too bored. A6. Too bored with the Berlin, but this is completely different. How to play this? I almost forgot. So this now, now this is very sensitive because Jan just made a opening series about the Marshall. Of course, I have a lot of very nice ideas against the Marshall, but I'm also slightly afraid that he's listening. It would be a bit maybe not such a great idea to display them here. So let's see if I can try to get them in with at the same time hiding it. So let's see. I'm waiting for f6 to break open with d4, and he's collapsing on the e5 square. But in general, I think at some moment I will start to threaten to take on e5. He plays f6. So after d4, is there some ID, or is it just a lot of pressure against the center? Let's see. So maybe I can just sacrifice this pawn on e5. I'm not sure. Like queen d7. Bishop d6 is another move, but I thought I could play maybe knight c4. This bishop a4 is always sneaky in this position as well, but knight e4, e takes d4, takes on knight e4 looks pretty good. c4 also tempting. C4. Let's try knight c4. Yeah. So with black, my first instinct would be to play king h8. It was bishop f7 instead. But now soon this thing should be hanging on e5, no? Can I just take it? Why can't I just take it? To me, it looks like I'm about to be a pawn up, but it feels like I'm about to blunder a pawn, so I'm not sure who to trust. My calculation skill or my instincts. This time for the to me, very surprisingly, I'm trusting my calculation skills rather than instincts. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, pawn up. Not such a success for black. That's what happens when you don't follow Jan's recommendations. But then at some point I need to play as well. But I can take another pawn on a6. This is very nice. I didn't know what to do with my rook on a1, so now I know what to do because now I have a passed a pawn. So now I'm very optimistic about the future. I will play queen c4 check and push the a-pawn. But I need to get Luft as well. H3, then queen c4 check, and then push the a-pawn. That should be it. That should be enough. He attacks my bishop. Let's move. Let's see now. Yeah, queen c4, it also will be a bit difficult for black to avoid the exchange of queens. So queen f5, queen c4. Question is always, when is it time to play this h3 and when? Not yet. Let me try to do without it at the risk of allowing mate. So let's see. Queen e5, he wants to take on b2. If I go a7, queen takes b2, a8, queen. Looks very good. Looks winning. Rook a8, queen c6. Yeah, now it's checkmate. Yeah, if you want to play something as sharp and as risky as the marshal, you need to know your stuff, yeah, and there is only one way of doing it. Okay, let's play one last game against random avatar. And I think Chess24 has other plans. D4, let's play Nimso Indian. Bishop b4. Bishop d2. How do you see bishop? I always thought it was a bit fishy to play bishop d2 before black is committed with d5. But how to make use of it? I'll try to play without d5 now. See, but I will also try not to blunder with d6, queen a4 check. Can I? No, take on c3 is ridiculous. Short castle and then d6, knight bd7. Take. d6. Yeah, d6. If knight d2 is what worries me, because it prepares e4, but I think knight d2, my idea is to play c5 to attack the center. Now I need to play either knight e4 or bishop e4 to stop bishop d3. Knight e4, bishop d3, f5, d5. This is the Nimso style, but here I'm not sure that it works, unfortunately. So now d5 is highly relevant for white. So there is a very similar line where white has played bishop g5 at h4, bishop g3. Put it there, but then black is much faster and the bishop is a bit vulnerable. So here it's sort of a dubious version for me. And I think white should castle long in general, especially after h3. So let's see. Long castle, because it's very difficult for black to attack on the queen side. Like, there is no clear way of how to do it. But now let's see. Should I take on d2 or? Sometimes they play this queen h4. A long castle. Now I take on f2 because knight f3 I can just take it with the bishop. I think I win an exchange. This long castle was one move too late, unfortunately, for white. Yeah, g4. What can you do? But now it's a full rook rather than an exchange. So. Now it's a lot of material. Yeah, how do I do it? Queen e1 looks safe, creating queens. Takes, knight f2, knight takes d3. Yeah, this is just too many pieces. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Was great fun today to play, and I hope to see you next time. And hope to have some more enjoyable games. Thanks.